Meet bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another modded weapon guide here on Borderlands 2. Today I am going to be reviewing a very quick, fast-paced weapon called the Quicksilver, and this one was made by VarientLoki. Previously covered his God of Thunder and God of Mischief weapons, which are awesome, and the best thing about VarientLoki, I think, as well as these awesome weapons, are his skins are pretty damn cool, and this one is no exception. Absolutely loving the couple of weapons that we've reviewed so far from this guy, and this is the third installment. Now this one is meant to be for a very fast-paced mobbing kind of situation, farming for weapons very quickly, or just getting out of bad situations with loads of enemies pretty quickly. So I'm going to be reviewing everything you need to know about this weapon, but as always we'll start off by showing you guys exactly how to get it. So you can click on the link in the description, which will take you straight there, or you can head over to the Borderlands 2 community Github, click on Borderlands 2 mods, and then head down to VarientLoki's section. It's pretty far down the list, there's quite a lot of things in there now, but once you're there, hit on the Quicksilver tab right there, and this will bring you to the weapons information page and all the code and things like that. Click on the raw tab at the top right, and then right click and save this into your Borderlands 2 binaries folder under whatever you like. Remember what you're saving it as, because once you're in game, open the console commands and then execute whatever you've named it as, and that should change the weapon into the Quicksilver. So this replaces the Scorpio, which is a unique red text assault rifle. You can see right here it's fast firing, burst fire while zoomed as well, like 5 projectiles in a very quick burst, but also it just increases movement speed so much, it's unreal. So this is a little overview of what the weapon looks like. The red text on it says you didn't see that coming, and as I've said earlier, what an awesome skin once again made by this guy. So yeah, there you go, that is what it will look like, and as you can see, even just walking normally I'm a lot quicker, but look at the speed here. Let's go for a little run. Could do the 100 meters in the world record time with this thing equipped. It's seriously quick, really handy, and like I said, it's very good for speed farming and things like that. So let's go and try this out, kill some enemies, and I'll tell you guys the changes. Right, well, weapon information. We're taking this to Lynchwood, by the way. We're just going to run through and kill a load of people towards the Sheriff of Lynchwood area. I've not got a side mission activated on this character, so I'm just generally mobbing, killing a load of enemies in this area. So, like I said, this replaces the unique Jacob's Scorpio assault rifle. It's now been made into pearlescent rarity as well, and it's meant to represent Marvel's Quicksilver, also known as Peitro Maximoff. It's locked to the shock element, and there is a gibbed code provided for a shock elemental Scorpio in the weapons information page on Github. It's got very high fire rate while hip firing, has an increased mag size, relatively high accuracy for an assault rifle. Aiming down the sights shoots a 5-round burst. It is hard to tell because of the increased fire rate, but it is bursting, trust me, he says, which I showed over in the overview when I was shooting it in a line. You can see there's 5 projectiles that come out, but it does look very quick when you are burst firing. It just looks like it's not coming out, but it is, so do not worry about that. Increased movement speed by 200% while held, and you can obviously see that when you're when I was doing that little speed run a minute ago. He says this can be tricky sometimes, but when you get the hang of it, the increased speed is useful to get out of bad situations, speed farm or for other items, or just blast through a map while killing all of the enemies in your path, which is what I'm doing right now. Damage wise, it does more than the Lead Storm, but less than the Beer Can. It should be a nice middle ground and not too OP, but he will continue testing this and tweaking the damage. I'll let you know what I think of that in a second. It has a shiny custom skin, and this one only took him an hour, so he thinks he's getting better at these. Well, even if it takes a lot more time, like I said, his skins are awesome on these weapons, so even if it takes a long time, it's well worth it just because these things look so good. So yeah, anyway, as you can see, I've made it well through the area of Lynchwood, killed all the enemies, things like that. This thing is very fun. Damage wise, it is a little bit maybe OP, but again, I'm using the B. I'll use the B on this Shockstorm kind of gauge, which I've called from my first modded weapon that I used. with this character when I set it up, which, like I said, was called Shock Storm. But in general, maybe with a normal shield, it won't. A couple of times I've lost speed damage, and it's still been pretty good. But I'd say the weapon is designed for mobbing, being fast, speed farming, things like that. So the fact that it may be a bit OP isn't too bad at all. I just love the increased movement speed on this. I love modified weapons that have certain things that maybe help you out, not just killing enemies, but they've got a certain thing to them, like the wicked recoil on the Furious that I've reviewed, or even the rocket jumping butchers made by Green, things like that. Little things that aren't just about killing enemies really are the way to make this game a bit funner. So for that reason alone, this weapon is awesome, and I absolutely love it. Really, really good, fun weapon to use, and it just makes killing enemies a lot funner. Definitely one of these weapons that I'd recommend if you're wanting to farm or just go for certain bosses and things like that. If you're wanting to play the game normally, play through the storyline and don't want it to be made too easy, maybe not use this straight away. Like I said, it's made for maybe end game farming and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm about to go, but I will let you know I am just about to do a lap of Lynchwood. And this hardly took me any time at all, just a little demonstration at the end of how fast this thing is. It really does make you go absolutely rapid. So yeah, another weapon there, made by VarientLoki over on Borderlands 2 Community GitHub. That was the Quicksilver. Thank you guys for watching, really hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Meet Bicycle!